Clements with NOLA.com, the Times Picayune over at U High with our Baton Rouge area golfer of the year, Trey Winstead. Only a sophomore, so obviously a bright future. You won state this year, shot a 70 day one, 74 day two, a 144 overall. This is your first state title, so just start with that. What was that whole weekend like playing at that tournament and getting your first state title to your name?
It was awesome. I mean, it was really exciting to be able to get my first state title, and I'm happy that I was able to do it.
Yeah. Did you expect coming into this year that you would be the state champion by the end of the year?
I mean, it was always a goal of mine to be one, but I didn't really think about it while I was playing. I just tried to focus on the shot at hand and knew that if I tried my hardest, then whatever was going to happen was in the hands of God, and I was happy that it worked out.
And so you finished the day one with the 70. I believe you were the leader on the day after that. And then the second day, I was out there for a little while, and the wind's gusting, and the weather picks up. Just talk about the switch from day one to day two, and sort of, was there any pressure that you were the leader, and then all of a sudden the wind's kicking in, like all these factors, and you're just hoping you can kind of finish it out? What was that 2 days like?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the second round, I didn't get off to a great start. I kind of had in mind what the outcome of the tournament could be, but I tried to keep going back to my fundamentals and just try to play my game.
Mm-hmm.
And the first day, I was able to hit the ball high and tried to get the ball to stop on the greens. But the second day, I had to bring the ball flight a lot lower to try and keep it out of the wind. But the greens were really firm, and they were really good all week. So it was very difficult.
And you said you finished ninth last year at state, and obviously finished first this year. What do you think was the biggest switch for the biggest change or adjustment, improvement on your end from where you were last year to where you were at this point?
I'd say that my putting has been the difference. I mean, I've always been a fairly good ball striker, and I tend to hit a lot of fairways and a lot of greens, but I've always had to lower my putting average per round, and I was able to see a few of the mid-range jumpers from 15 to 20 feet finally go in, and just towards the beginning of the round, I just tried to hit good putts, and if they went in, then I'd start to get more confident. The hole just seemed as if it was growing.
Yeah.
So.
And with last name like Winstead, the golfers in this area obviously know that name through Dad, Chuck, LSU's coach. How is that relationship like with y'all two, and how does he kind of wear the different hats of being dad and being coach, and kind of keeping his hand in there with you and giving you advice and guidance, but still playing dad role when he needs to?
Right. And I mean, my dad's, he's more like a best friend to me.
I
mean, he's always there for me, and it's awesome. I mean, even as my dad, he still coaches me, and he doesn't play just only coach and only dad, because he plays coach and helps me with my golf game, but him being my dad, he also helps me grow as a person and use that to play better golf.
So I'm assuming it's been kind of a family sport from the start. Just you kind of picked it up at an early age and kept playing?
Yes, sir. I picked it up. I think the first time I played golf, I was 2, and I've always had a lot of fun with it, and it's been awesome that I've been able to play with my dad.
Very cool. And you mentioned your putting is where the biggest improvement from last year to this year. Is that the same goal going forward? You started, obviously 2 more years at school here. What's the biggest thing you want to take into next year and hopefully defend your state title?
What my dad's always told me is that he's always wanted me to be known as the person that always improves the most from each tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I know ball striking is usually my strength, but I want to get even better and make it even better, and I want to make my putting better, and I want to make everything better, just so that I can get to the next step of becoming a better player.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for Trey Winstead. Still 2 more years at U High for Trey. I'm Mark Clements, NOLA.com, Times Picayune.